Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with the Sarah Jane Adventures. Excuse me. Last time on the Sarah Jane Adventures, we had Death of the Doctor, where a unit confirmed that the Doctor had died. And so Sarah Jane, Ronnie, and Clyde all went down to unit to attend the Doctor's funeral, where they ran into Joe Grant. And then they all realized, hey, the Doctor's not actually dead, and then the Doctor showed up, and he's like, yo, I'm not dead. And then there were evil vultures, and they went through an adventure to beat them, basically. And it was fun. It was probably one of my favorite episodes of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, but we will be moving right along without the Doctor, without Joe Grant, but we still got our main crew, and that's pretty good. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Just don't. It's not good. With that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into this episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Here we go.
What is all of that?
Transmissions from radio, TV, satellite. That's every signal, every energy source on the planet. It's the sound of the Earth.
Wow.
Oh, I'm really quite enjoying this, actually.
I read that book when I was your age.
What, for school or just because you wanted to?
I really loved school.
Yeah, so much you never left.
Yeah.
I really have got to get to the Empire tonight.
Oh, am I being chucked out?
Yeah. Night.
Man, are you alright?
There's a lot more to you than there ever was in him. Or me.
But don't put yourself down and don't get soppy, please.
Oh, my son's a genius. I'm allowed to be soppy.
Aww.
Night.
Genius.
Freaking shows. I'm suspicious about parents being attentive to their children. Whoa. Is this what happens when silence falls?
Mum?
Wait a second. Oh no. Aliens took the parents, didn't they? Oh. It's a bit more than that. It's like the fucking rapture just happened.
Oh, she must be it. Sarah Jane!
Oh no, don't tell me Sarah Jane is gone too. No signal. The go-to Clyde. Oh, clever girl. Take the Sonic lipstick with you.
Hello?
Gonna hit with the remote. It might just be Clyde. Is it? Oh, okay, good. Oh my gosh. It's just so quiet.
It's the whole world.
Everybody's gone.
But why is it just the two of them?
Why are aliens more likely to single us out more than anyone else?
Duh, because we know Sarah Jane.
Exposure to the
Anything
TARDIS?
isn't getting us anywhere. We just go.
What if he's up in the quad thinking, maybe if I stay put, they'll come up to me?
But what if he's not there at all?
Yeah, what if he's
What
gone?
if it's just the two of us left in the whole wide world?
Yeah, you really can't rely on Luke.
Like Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Alright, easy there, cowboy.
No.
No.
It'll be someone else. Come on, 1 second.
Oh, that is...
This is stealing.
Yeah, we're bringing them back.
Tuh.
Always wanted to go with that.
Oh, why do you get the call back? This was all shoddy and pink.
Oh, does it matter?
I mean, it could be worse. Pink is okay. You're wearing pink!
Who it is?
Why'd you follow me?
Let's all calm down. I'm Ronnie. This is Clyde.
Gavin.
Okay.
I'll go make us a cup of tea, yeah?
Alright. Well, you found the one other kid.
What's that?
What is that?
Trumpets? Where's he gone?
We're idiots. He must be terrified.
Oh, the bike's gone.
Ah,
It's coming from the high street.
Right, let's take a look.
alright.
Oh, that's my bike.
Ta!
Does it matter?
Oh my gosh, Clyde.
Well, I've known Sarah Jane for longer than you. I've got more experience.
Oh, what? So it's like the army now? You've got ranks and you're second in command, sir.
Look, we
I
need
mean-
a plan of action.
Without Sarah Jane, it's really just a partnership.
Aliens have decided to start the human race again, just beginning with you and me.
Clyde, seriously, shut up.
Ta. Whoa. Whoa.
Gavin?
There's Gavin. Oh, don't get split up, guys. Oh no. Ah. Oh no. Ah. Oh my gosh, these things are crazy looking. Oh, great job, Ronnie.
No. Don't, please.
Oh, crap. Oh my gosh, that was fast. I am incredibly invested in this story. Holy crap. We've been sitting on this one all season? Oh my gosh. I mean, yes, obviously we had Death of the Doctor, and that was an amazing episode, but this I am... Wow, this one's really interesting. Robots. Good enough. Part 2. Starring Elizabeth Sladen, kind of. Oh!
Come on.
Nice job, Gavin. Man, you could probably kick it then. Tuh. That was clever.
Clyde! There's this big robot thing!
Yeah, I saw it. Big and yellow.
Big and red.
Oh, well, then there's two.
I think they've got guns in
Yeah,
them.
this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Look, and how are we supposed to deal with two big robots?
Uh,
A few more bins?
Kick him?
Seen this?
Well, come on, what?
We got grounded by the Jadoon.
You keep saying these really stupid words. If you're so clever,
They
why
can't-
you just go out and stop the robots?
You and me, we were grounded, not Sarah Jane or not Luke.
That's gotta be it.
Yeah, but why Gavin
We
then?
can't leave Earth
So when everyone else got taken, the robots legally had to leave us behind.
because they didn't want to get in trouble with the Jadoon.
That makes
Sensible
sense.
robots.
Well, if he's right and the Jadoon thing's right, then sticking with us is the most dangerous thing he could do.
Because they're after us.
Ah! Jeez! Man, they just nonchalantly walked through that glass. Oh, and forget these tables, apparently. Yeah, Ronnie, you kind of need to have that at the ready.
If I ever let you down, I'm sorry. Split up, I'll lead them up.
Huh. Man. Clyde's going for it now. Oh, good for him. What? Yeah, what about it? Or are we cool?
Coming too, are you?
Did they just need them?
It's a countdown.
To what?
What's all along?
Human species suspended. Sub-dimension.
Then they're all alive.
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Us air.
If we don't give them our air by 0, the human race doesn't come back.
Wait, do they mean air or like
Just when I'm
an
starting-
heir?
But why?
Like an heir to something?
Air.
Wait, not son and heir, son and heir.
Yeah, the heir.
Son and the heir. Like Prince Charles. He's the son and the heir of the Queen.
Yeah.
Ah, you could definitely have
Information was sent to him.
the energy trace last night.
Oh. So that's why. Son of an alien.
Got it? Meet to the circle. When you get in here, the circle. What's the circle?
The Circle. Nature reserve place. We went there on a school trip, remember?
Oh, most boring day of my life, yeah.
Tuh.
Nature, animals, he's into all that stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to listen to me, right? Your dad, he was an alien king, and they want you to be their new king.
Oh,
I never even knew my dad.
that's very overwhelming.
Tell us every...
Hold on. My mum gave me this. She said my dad gave it to her. To protect me.
That must be
A
it.
perception filter?
Shield what you...
Biodata shielded him.
That's why I didn't get the message last night.
Okay.
Send it again. Tell him who he is.
Whoa! Ooh, I like this planet. Beautiful goodness! Oh, an entire planet of my favorite color.
I am the most important person on the planet.
Well, it's just the three of us at present.
And on that planet too. My home, my
Yeah.
real home.
You're the king,
It's got to be your choice to go.
the once and
My
future
choice.
king.
Why would I stay? Earth was never my home. Not really. But it is your home. And you're lucky to have people that love you here.
Man, he's accepted this really quickly.
Now name you Lord Clyde and you Lady Rani.
Alright, bye.
We've been gonged.
Lady Rani?
Tuh.
Yeah, that'll do.
Ah, okay, there. Wow, right on time.
An hour and a half, it just jumped.
Oh, yeah,
Suddenly,
there
it's
you go.
8:30.
Really?
I was...
Honestly, come on. I'm your dad. We don't have secrets.
Oh dear.
Well, I
Was with
I was
Clyde.
with Clyde.
Oh, there's a surprise.
Mum, I'm fine, alright? Everything.
I was helping Lord Clyde with his homework. He's got great expectations too.
There was no signal. The network must have gone down.
Lord Clyde?
Tuh. Yeah, you gotta tell Sarah Jane about all this.
Rani.
You two, you're brilliant. Worked it out all by yourselves.
Only because you showed us how to. Like, trained us.
Yeah, you're the commander. We're just the space cadets.
Tuh.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not sure I like.
We're not alone though, are we?
No, you have each other.
We've got each other.
Aww.
Not a bad morning's work, my lord.
Indeed, my ladyship. Score one up for the hangers-on.
Aww. Oh, that was great, man. Alright. Oh man, that was a pretty good episode, actually. I don't know, something about it. I was really invested in that. I don't know. I really liked that one. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one, so. Despite me, genuinely enjoying this episode, and really being fascinated with it, technically I didn't take down too many notes, but we'll go through them anyway, obviously. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. This is what happens when I drink Pepsi during recordings. I always drink Pepsi during recordings, though. Pepsi Zero Sugar, by the way. I know none of you asked. But Pepsi Zero Sugar for the caffeine, honestly. Although, the taste is great. I love Pepsi. But actually, yeah. There's so much caffeine in Pepsi Zero Sugar. Like, how much is it in this can? Caffeine content, 69 milligrams. Nice. For 12 fluid ounces. No sugar, no calories. So, doesn't mean it's healthy, but it's nice. Keeps me awake. Keeps me awake and alert. Anyway, I know none of you asked for the details on what soda I drink during reactions, but hey, you got it. So, okay, let's just go over the notes. The first thing I wrote down was the alien trace, which was kind of interesting that just this small little alien signal that appeared that Sarah Jane was trying to find, basically, and Mr. Smith was trying to find, and they just couldn't do it. That was kind of interesting, and, going through pretty much every signal that was being created on Earth, which is kind of crazy. I will say it kind of reminded me of, it kind of reminded me of The Dark Knight. When Batman and Lucius have all the phones and stuff like that. It did kind of remind me about that, but Sarah Jane is not. Sarah Jane is a bit better well in the head than Batman is. Yeah. I don't know. It was just kind of interesting. Like, you can kind of just sort of brush that off in a show like this. Whereas in a show like, in a movie like The Dark Knight, where it's all realistic and serious, like, you know, they bring up the consequences of that. But yeah, anyway, not the point. The point is, that it was just interesting. A little alien trace, and they couldn't do it. I wrote down the Rapture. That was actually very clever. That was very clever with, you know, basically these robots, you know, that are looking for the heir to this beautiful, beautiful purple planet. I really did enjoy that. With them, like, they're looking for the heir to this planet. So in order to do that, they took away the entire human race, everyone except for the heir. But in doing so, they also had to leave Ronnie and Clyde there, which is interesting because, you know, it makes you question, like, okay, why is it just Ronnie and Clyde? And, you know, for a little while I was thinking, like, okay, are they just taking away the adults, or are there still a lot of children there? But no, it seems to be everyone, but it's not the animals, because there's still dogs and birds running around and flying around and stuff like that. But it's only these two. It's only Ronnie and Clyde. And it's like, okay, well, why Ronnie and Clyde specifically? Like, okay, is it because of the TARDIS? Because they've, you know, been in the TARDIS, and, you know, they've said, like, there's something special about the TARDIS, like, you get void particles, void stuff when you use the TARDIS, but it's like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense, because Sarah Jane has been in the TARDIS and actually gone through time. That's the other thing. So yeah, it's like, you know, why it does become this great mystery of why is it just Ronnie and Clyde. But I like the explanation that was given, that it's because the robots legally had to leave Ronnie and Clyde on the planet because they just, like, because they couldn't get in trouble with the Jadoon, because the Jadoon grounded Ronnie and Clyde from ever leaving the Earth. So that's interesting. Now, I don't seem to remember if they specifically didn't ground Sarah Jane, but I don't remember if they grounded Luke or not. I want to say they didn't, but I can't exactly remember. So yeah. But yeah, that's definitely an interesting explanation, and it allows Ronnie and Clyde to really figure out, you know, what's going on and stuff like that. Basically, they took over the episode from Sarah Jane, which, you know, we kind of talk about on this show, is that one of the things about this show is that Sarah Jane is actually not really the main character. Despite it being called The Sarah Jane Adventures, it's not exactly like the dynamic between the Doctor and his companion. Like, Sarah Jane kind of takes a back seat a lot of the times, and is really only there kind of just, like, mostly at the end to save the day. And even then, sometimes the kids still save the day. But this one, I like that it's specifically like, no, Sarah Jane's just not in this whatsoever, and she didn't even come in at the end and save the day. It was just on Ronnie and Clyde to figure this out, and it also makes an interesting dynamic because Luke is not here. I really like that too. The fact that Luke is not there, so they have to rely on them, basically. You know, they're not time travelers, and they're not time travelers like Sarah Jane. They're not geniuses like Luke. So they have to do all this on their own. They basically have to use everything that they have learned from Sarah Jane. So yeah, so I actually like that even better. So yeah, that was interesting. Gavin was interesting. I mean, he was kind of there for a while. You know, he was just kind of like, all right, well, he's there, and it's like, okay, well, why is he just there? And, you know, it does add another layer of complexity. It's like, okay, why is this guy here? It's like, okay, we can come up with the explanation of, well, we have to be here because of the Jadoon, but why is he here then? So it does add another layer to that. Oh. I like the robots. I think the robots were pretty cool. They were not really, like... They were pretty good, I gotta say. The robots, like... You know, I feel like they were used properly. You know, we kind of said this about Mr. Dread, was that he wasn't really used the way he should have been used, like the Jadoon. I feel like here they really used the robots kind of like the Jadoon, where it's like, okay, they are like foreigners to this planet. You know, they are alien. And, you know, we have to have them, you know, assimilate the language and everything, and we're trying to communicate to them, and then we're helping them and stuff like that. So, yeah, I actually do like that. Yeah, we talked about the two of them being grounded. The twist that Gavin was the heir to this planet, this beautiful purple planet, that was interesting. You know, it's like, okay, this is why they are specifically looking for him. I thought he kind of took it, like, really fast. Like, at first he was like, no, I'm no one, I'm nobody, it doesn't matter. And then suddenly it's like, wait, but your ring... And then he's like, yes, you're right, I am the heir, I am the king of this planet, and I don't belong here, I've never belonged here. It's like, alright, chill out, man. Like, I feel like his switch was very fast, but... Oh well, it worked. Yeah. And then, I wrote down... The last thing I actually wrote down was Haresh, because he's starting to pick up on... things being weird on Bannerman Road, and, you know, Sarah Jane, basically, something weird is going on. He's probably starting to suspect that Ronnie and Clyde and Sarah Jane are keeping something from him. So, it makes me wonder if we're building up towards, actually revealing to him, what is going on. And, honestly, at that point, they may take an Alan, take the route that they did with Alan Jackson, where it's like, all right, now he's kind of part of the team too, even though technically he wasn't a full companion like the others, but he was on board, you know, he helped out and stuff like that. I don't know if they're necessarily going there though. Like, you know, they could be building up to that, like, hey, we're going to do this again now with Haresh. But at the same time, I could also see them, like he finds out, and then he's like, well, this is way too dangerous. We have to leave Bannerman Road. And, you know, he tries to, like, put a stop to this. I could see that happening, especially because he's a bit more, you know, he's a bit of a strict gentleman. Especially when it comes to how he runs the school, and, you know, he's always kind of like, this Langer kid, I don't get him, I don't get what you see in him. So I could definitely see if he learned everything that was happening on Bannerman Road, he might actually try to put an end to it, which would suck, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, was there anything else? There was a point. I'm stupid. I was rubbing my eyes while I was trying to, like, watch. I was, like, messing with my eyes, and then I looked, and I think I missed something. Let me see. Yeah.
What do we do? If I've let you down, I'm sorry. Split up, I'll leave them off.
Yeah, that's what I thought happened. He gave her a little peck on the cheek. Yeah, they're kind of hitting at something there. They're kind of hitting at something. I'm sure that would piss off Haresh to no end. But that could be funny, honestly. Yeah, they're kind of leading up to something. There's something a bit more between the two of them. And Clyde was implying that, like, a lot with his whole, you know, what if we need to restart the human race? He said that like 8 times. Like, what if we have to restart the human race? And Ronnie was like, would you shut the fuck up? I'm paraphrasing that, obviously, because they didn't say... God, that'd be hilarious, though, if on this, children's show, Ronnie was just like, would you shut the fuck up? Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious, but there's no way that's happening, but, yeah. But yeah, and then at the end, when it's like, oh, we'll never truly be alone, we'll have each other, so, yeah. So, something, might be a little something going on there. And I apparently had to take too long in this discussion, and the camera restarted, giving me another fucking clip I have to deal with. Whatever. That's pretty much all I wrote. I really enjoyed this episode. Yeah. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Oh, and no Sarah Jane next week. It's just Doctor Who next week, and then we're back. Sorry. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Sarah Jane Adventures reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.